Yo, what's going on, guys? DJ Hess here. Wanted to bring you guys a Nike outlet video, and you'll see here I'm just kind of browsing around the hash wall. Was 20, I think 20% off the back wall. 130 on the box price. 195 was retail, and then I got these ones a while ago. If you guys saw that video, for $53. Pretty awesome price for those Lunar Epic high tops. And then these ones are pretty badass too as well. I always see these in the outlets, but different prices, but they never go under $100 too often. Took these though, DBs right here. Surprised to see these from last year. These are the Janowskis. I believe this was from last year. Maybe this was even 2 years ago. The Breathe ones. Pretty crazy to see them at the outlets this late in the game, but they were really cheap. $20% off of like $70 or whatever the price point was. But you could see again, 20% off of the hash, and just kind of browsing around some Hunter looking shoes up there. These were really tempting, honestly, $160, and then I had a $50 off $100, and I didn't end up getting those ones. I got those LeBrons though, if you didn't see that from a previous video as well. And then again, $150 on those. They have a lot of different Kobe's, as you can see on the back, but those other ones were pretty crazy. They even have these KD 8s right here. $89 is pretty cheap. But just kind of browsing around, seeing what they have in stock. Always like to go and check out the outlets. I try to go once a month or so and check it out for you guys. And this is kind of some Oregon duck color almost joints right there, some Tiffany blue almost colors. And then these, again, $99. I picked them up for $50. Couldn't pass it up. Too good of a price. And then they have some random hyper dunks here. So if you need some like hoop shoes, I mean, Nike outlet seems to be the best way to go. You can get something, either a LeBron Elite, like, or a LeBron shoe for a really good price, or you could go and get something else, like just a mainstream Hyperdunk or whatever for like pretty cheap as well. I'll snap, $55. Sometimes you can find them for a little bit less, but the Air Monarch 4s, cult classic, following on those ones. But yeah, it's always fun checking out what they have at the outlets. You see some KD 8s, again, last year's model for under $100. I mean, these were made for performance, so if you're looking for a hoop shoe, it seems like these are a good way to go. They also have the last model of the Soldiers for $80, as you can see. Some nice colorways of those. I already showed you this one. Some of these might be doubles, and the reason why is because I actually went to 2 Nike outlets on 2 different days, and I saw a lot of the same products, but I wanted to show you guys kind of a little bit of the footage from both. But you could see I ended up picking those ones up again for $50, so couldn't turn those LeBron 13s down for the $50. And then you could see a couple different ones. Those remind me of like an Optimus Prime, not Optimus Prime, Megatron sort of colorway in a sense. You can see they have a bunch of Jordan retros as well. 120 on those, quite a few in stock. And then this happened, very surprising. Sport Blue 6s, couldn't believe those were in stock either, 150. Not a huge discount from the box price from the other year, but still kind of surprising that they ended up having them. You don't usually see older retros in full size runs. These ones were really tempting at 150, and then they had the blue joints right here for 109. And then you can see they also had the shadows, $80, and then these ones were only $70. I was like, what? Can't believe that. I ended up scooping those up a while ago for I think $70 or so. If you guys saw a different 13 video, but yeah, I ended up picking those ones up. Anyways, you can see here there are some other just miscellaneous Jordans that they have in stock. Nothing too major. You can see some interesting ones right there. And then look at these ones. Nice Janowskis right here. $60 on the price point of those. And then as we're kind of looking, just some regular ones. They always seem to have some random like Nike SBs. Check these ones out. The materials on these are kind of buttery for those Janowskis. Janowskis, it seems like it's an underappreciated model. If you ask me, but it's definitely one where they've taken and they use the same model, and they don't. It's not like a Janowski 8 or whatever, like kind of like a Nike Dunk. But look at these Pippins. I'll just kind of utilizing this zoom thing real quick, just to see what it looks like on the iPhone 7. Anyway, 110 on those Pips right there. Kind of tempting. I wish I kind of would have picked those up. I was having some problems with the white balance on this camera, dude. It's just garbage. Not too exciting how bad it is. And then $30 for these. I was like, whoa, they have solar sauce. I haven't seen those. Pizza joints right here, $50. It's like employee store price pretty much on these. In the insoles, they have pizza. If you guys didn't know, it's like supposed to be like pizza wrapped in foil kind of the concept. I thought that was a sick concept. Ended up at outlets, kind of a bread colorway of a random Nike retro right there, and some looks like a woven Air Force One, and some icons right here, and kind of an interesting hybrid-ish sort of shoe as well. And then they have these also, lots of these at the outlets if you guys are looking. White balance issues again, and they were $179 on those. And then they also had the Wu-Tang joints at the outlets too. So again, I was just trying to use this camera on this thing. I was just having all sorts of fails on this iPhone 7, worse than my 6s by far. Look at this white balance. It's supposed to be auto focusing, and that's what I'm dealing with. Like, yikes. Talk about fails. Anyway, moving on. You can see they had a lot of Roshis in stock, and they're all full price. Like for Roshi ones, kind of weird that they had so many of them at the the outlet store for $75. You'd think that they would have been cheaper than that because of the Roshi 2 being out, but now they're still full retail for the standard colors. Kind of interesting. Some other miscellaneous Nike joints back here, as you can see, and another one on sale. It's interesting how the box price is one price. Oh snap! I was gonna say it's interesting to see the difference in the box prices and stuff versus with the display price. Sometimes they're different. But this was one that I was like, okay. I almost bought these for the wife. I probably should have bought these. She would have probably really liked these, but sometimes she gets mad at me when there's a thumbnail. I'm just trying to figure out the thumbnail joint right here, get it in focused. But dudes, like, it's kind of crazy. Like, sometimes I buy her some shoes and she's like, why did you waste your money and buy me some shoes? I don't know. And they had some GS joints over here as well. Kind of interesting. That's a GS only colorway, I believe. They never released those in men's. And I find that kind of annoying when they do that. Sometimes they make some really dope GS colorways that we don't have an option to get. Some CP3s and then some random Jordan 1s, as you can see. So kind of fun coming through the GS line, seeing what's in stock. Elephant print ones right there, and that's Spiz Ikes, or just Spike 40s, whatever. Kobe's and miscellaneous ones. So I kind of went down through a couple different ones. Interesting looking Air Force Ones right here. Oh, look at the price point though. Can't beat that. And yeah, man. I mean, $45, under $50, you can get some hoop shoes. And I'm just kind of going. Those look kind of like the Supreme joints, but not back there. And then these seem to go to outlets. This one was kind of interesting though, the iridescent sort of colorway to it. Honestly, the materials in person look exactly like the Jordan 10 Paris joints I ended up getting. Kind of crazy how it's pretty much the same thing. Some KDs with some pretty interesting soles. I don't remember those ones coming in men's sizes either, but maybe they did. But yeah, so just some randomness as I'm looking through the hash again. Sometimes I have to like space out my trip because there's so many people in the store. I can't believe they had these back there as well. These 5s. I ended up copping those ones in a 9.5Y, which is supposed to be the same as men's. And then check out these as well. It's like the center colorway, but this is another one where it was only GS. I'm like, man, they should have done the men's colorway of those, like the originals, which is the ones that I have, but they're not the same shoe. It's a bit different. But man, they had quite a bit of random one-off things. But that's the best part about coming to the outlet, though, is finding that one-off shoe. And then whenever it's like, it feels like divine intervention. Like, you go to the outlet, you have some fun looking around, some sneaker boots for some really cheap prices there, as you can see. But you have fun going around looking at the store, and then all of a sudden, you see it. You see the one shoe that they have in stock that is your size, it was meant to be, and it was like super discounted or decent enough discount to cop them. It's always fun. I actually don't remember seeing that colorway ever. I was like, man, that's kind of an impressive one. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun going to outlets and trying to find a shoe and finding one where it's just your size. The worst is when you find one, random one, and it's not your size. But that's when it's the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was a Nike Portland factory store right here. Have a good one, guys. Peace.